Grace and peace, y'all. Welcome back to Wisdom Became Her, that good old safe space where we go ahead and unpack our trauma so we can walk in the grace that God so lovingly gives us. If you are new here, make sure you subscribe. Why? Because if you have been guided here, God has guided you home. If you are returning, hey, so family, you know the love is real here. Go ahead and like the video. Why? Because I made this just for you. So let's get into today's topic. All right, y'all. So get a little closer. So earlier today, I posted a video, which was a workout video for myself, one of my dance videos. Anybody who has been following me for a bit and you've checked out my stories, you know that, listen, when the beat drop and I'm feeling it, these legs gonna move. It is what it is. If this was a crime, I'm going in. Why? Because I got happy feet. When I'm happy, I'm going to move. My body shows you I'm happy. And in this video in particular, I was on my Christian playlist and the song changes, and it's a song that's not on my Christian playlist. I love when my ancestors do this because they pretty much are just like, go. And I'm like, okay. So I had so much fun shooting this video, and it led me to the thought of how many restrictions we place on ourselves based on the misconceptions that the world has forced us to believe. And I'm talking more so in the areas of self-expression and even for us women, sensuality. Because if you look at the way women have either had to feel like they needed to close it off, shelter it, or over-extenuate it, all of that is a determination on the way the world projects how you can be. And it really did strike a chord with me today because I realized how many people stop themselves from being their true self because the world makes it seem like you cannot. Or how many women overtly go into this expression of self, which isn't really an expression of self. It's a rebellion of the system. So what I was really dancing around was self-expression versus attention seeking. How do you know when you are crossing the line into those territories? So we're going to get into that. Okay, so the first part that I want to really touch on is confidence. So for me, that is the biggest factor. Because a lot of us think that the way we walk around is confidence. And when you really evaluate what's driving you, your intentions, when it comes down to how you portray yourself, confidence can be what you're trying to go for. And really it's conceitedness. Really it's shielding your shadow. Really it's you making sure that people can't fully see you. It's wearing a mask. And that matters very much because if you're not really rocking confidence, your intentions will be off. So we're going to go ahead and ask our spirit guides, what's going on with that? What do we need to know about rocking confidence? We got support. We all need support every now and then, but be careful not to always be the one supporting everyone else and never being supported. Okay, so when I'm thinking about support, the first thing that I'm hearing is understand that when you are around people, around souls, they are in a way grooming how you view the world. So you know how they say, you are a product of where you are, or like where you're from. The people who you're around will tell you who you really are. This is very much true. The ones who are offering you support or that you offer support to, they are very much going to help you determine who you are when it comes to your confidence. Most of the time, our very first run-in with facing our confidence and facing ourselves and our projection of self has to do with family. And I mean the ones that we are raised into. If you are not being nurtured, your confidence will be very shaken. If you consistently, and I'm getting these as just downloads, if you are consistently around family members who talk about your weight, who talk about your income, who talk about your life choices, and I mean they highlight them with negative connotations, this plays a huge factor into your confidence, because you either learn to start hiding that it hurts you, which now your confidence is built on a facade, or you can develop a false sense of confidence where I'm owning all of these negative things you're saying about me, and instead of finding a way to correct them, finding a way to make them fit in a way that I can accept the beauty in them, I'm going to accept the negative connotation you're trying to add to it and let that be who I am. If you're saying I'm dressing away and it's salacious, then I guess I'm going to dress salacious every single day of my life. But who said that's how it is? Who said that your attire dictated who you are on the inside? This is why intention is so important. We look at what we do as just an external aspect of ourselves. When you place an intention on something, it matters heavily. If your attire is a reflection of who you are, which is self-expression, that is very different from you getting dressed to see how many people are going to validate that outfit look fly on you. All right, I'm going to get one more from our spirit team. What do you have to tell us about confidence? What about confidence, y'all? Thank you. Memories. Again, we're looking at the past, because honestly, when it really comes down to it, and this, I feel this one really easily, our confidence is built off of our childhood, how we grew up. Sometimes you grow up with no confidence, and then when you get older, you realize, how could I not have it? And you just have it. Then there's times where you're very confident as a child, and sometimes that confidence will transition into cockiness, into conceitedness. But your rearing plays a huge factor, and the people around you play a huge factor as well. I'm getting that society played a huge hand in the way women are able to express themselves, especially physically. I find women kind of, they love the idea of glamour. Women are artwork. From every curve to just the poise and grace that a woman carries, it is all there and placed within her for a reason. There is a reason why women carry so much. I go with sensuality, because it's not sexualized unless you're coming at it from that aspect. So sensuality within them. And I do feel like in a lot of our past, and I'm not just talking about just in this lifetime, I'm talking about past, when it comes to women, sexuality was taken very much as a nasty aspect of us. All right, I just got a vision of a movie I've seen. What was her name? Okay, if you guys have ever seen the movie The Hunchback of Notre Dame, Esmeralda, she was a gypsy woman. There was a gentleman who I believe worked for the church, and he idolized Esmeralda so much that it disgusted him. Yeah, he thought she was gorgeous. He loved her. Like, I'm getting this weird picture in my mind of him smelling her hair in one scene, which is crazy, because now that I think about it, like, that's what he was doing in Disney movies, y'all. I think this was a Disney movie. But he was smelling her hair, and he wanted to destroy this girl, and it was because he loved her. He did not like that he was so attracted to her that his idea of her was tainted. It's terrible. And this happens very frequently, where because a woman owns her sensuality, owns her confidence, and her self-concept, that it actually promotes fear within others. It makes them feel uncomfortable. They don't want to look at themselves in comparison, which that's the biggest thing. Remember, comparison is the thief of joy. Never compare, contrast. Okay, guys, lastly, we're going to tap into self-concept. Matter of fact, this one is the kicker when it comes to you living on one side of it being self-expression versus living on the attention-seeking side. Reason why I say that is because your concept of self is going to come from your beliefs, what you were taught, how you view certain aspects of others, and what they mean in totality. So if we go with self-expression and only in the way that you choose to dress, in some cultures it is frowned upon to wear your skin out, to show too much. And they look at that as you're sexualizing yourself. You are looking for attention. Regardless of your intentions, they feel that what you are doing means something totally more. And it very well could be. In most cases, they could be right. But in some cases, how someone dresses is their self-expression. That is the way that they empower self. As someone who for a very long time had to package themselves so that it was digestible, there was a lot about how I wanted to come off and how I portrayed that I just told myself I could not, that it meant something different. I grew up as a Christian, and it was, oh, you cannot wear certain clothes outside because that means you're this. I had to destroy that idea within myself and recognize that if my intention was not to be a this, then I'm a that. I knew that how I wanted to portray myself was to express, was my truth. There have been plenty of times, here's a good one, here's plenty of times where I've gotten dressed up to be in my house. No funny. I've literally gotten dressed, put on a dress that I could wear outside, put on a dress that had tags, and then walked around my house, cleaned my house, danced around my house, never went outside in that outfit. And it was because that wasn't for anyone else to see. It was for me to feel empowered. That was the reason why I purchased it. That was the reason why I put it on. And that was the reason why I was able to feel comfortable in it. Now, it didn't even mean that when I wear it out, I'm going to be uncomfortable or more or less. It's honestly dual. Because I'm doing it for me, it doesn't matter what setting it is. I don't have clothes that I only wear out and clothes that I only wear in. There are times where I get dressed up, and there are times where I wear my Princess Tiana t-shirt and my basketball shorts. And that's what I want to wear for that day. And that is self-expression. When you could care less about what others are going to think about your choice when it comes to you expressing yourself, because it is in your truth, you live free. You live less under the thumb of society. You question yourself less. You trust yourself more. You live that authentic, genuine lifestyle that you were supposed to in the first place. And the best part about it is God endorses it. God is not going to frown upon someone who chose to wear a skirt that was kind of short. Are we forgetting? We were in a garden naked. And God was very much offended when he found us hiding, us, Eve, Adam, hiding ourselves. This is all ways to distract from the truth. My outfit, my attire, the way that I decide that I want to display, way less of a topic. What's more of a topic is what's up here. What are you thinking? And can you help others? All right, I'm gonna leave this here, y'all. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, do them things. All right, make sure you share this too, because I'm sure there's a baddie that needs to hear this message. All right, y'all. Love and light.